Welcome back to 2 to 3 with Janet Leigh on WHLR1.com. And of course, I'm your host, Janet Leigh, and co-hosting today
is your guy Keith Harris, host of Indie in America. Thank you for having me on with you today, Miss Leigh.
Thank you for joining me today. Now, today's guests are all the way from the UK. Joining us is presenter Sarah Taylor, investigator Rob Park, and producer Adam J. Morgan of the upcoming hit TV show called The Shadow Chasers.
Hey, what's up?
Hi. Hello.
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
Yeah, good, thank you.
We're great. We are great.
Wonderful. Listen, first of all, you guys are all in the UK right now.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's cool. I got to ask for everybody out there, especially the people over here in the U.S., like, so what's the weather? Are you guys, like, in the same, kind of part of town or whatever? What's the weather? Is it sunny over there? Is it cold yet there?
It's so cold and really foggy.
Dark nights.
Wow.
We're in a place called Bristol.
Okay, that's what's up. Wow, interesting. All right.
Now, okay, well, let's get right on into it. What exactly is the Shadow Chasers TV show about for those that are listening that don't know?
It's a paranormal show, and it's we go to alleged, and I'll say alleged, haunted locations throughout the UK, looking for signs of the afterlife and paranormal activity.
Wow.
Wow, amazing. Now, now I'll start off asking, let's go with Adam. Now, how long have you been interested in the paranormal, and what made you decide to do this TV show?
I've always been fascinated by the paranormal from as long as I can remember. There's been a lot of coverage on TV over the years, and I always wanted to do something a bit different where we go in with an open mind. And at the end of each episode, we're not trying to tell viewers that it's 100% real. It's for you to watch, make up your own minds. We're genuine. If we don't see anything at the location, that's exactly what you'll see in the episode. However, we have had a lot of very interesting activity so far.
Wow.
You know what? That's exciting, and most people. A lot of times, we watch movies, we watch shows, we even have, scary dreams. But what you guys do, it just takes the rush to a whole nother level. How much of a risk? How much, when you guys went into doing this and to becoming paranormal investigators, did you guys fear any kind of risk? From maybe entities or things that could go wrong, or maybe spirits going home with people, or because that worry can be there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first few times we did it, there's that fear, I suppose, but we're lucky that we have Nikki with us, and at the end we do kind of a cleansing ritual, which sort of takes you home feeling a bit safer, and you very much feel like you've left what happened at the location.
Yeah. That's like with a lot of things when they say, like, when people do rituals or certain things that they suppose, or contact people from the other side, that they always supposed to close it out or say goodbye, because otherwise people could possibly get trapped, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
There is the fear. Some of us in the group, some of one of the girls, the makeup artist, she always has a real sort of a fear of it. So I guess the cleansing is psychological. She'll walk away from the location feeling like it's not going to follow her home, and she can sleep easy that night.
Right.
Now, during the investigating of the places, do y'all spend hours there, or do you spend overnight to investigate?
It's normally around 5, 6, 7 hours tops.
Okay. Now,
that's the time we go in, set up, and film at the location.
oh, wow.
So it's not a very short time, really.
Okay. Now, this might be a crazy question, but I'm curious. Now, do you go during the daytime, or is there specific hours, just nighttime to investigate? Is there different hours to go?
It really depends. So we tend to go to locations before to get shots, obviously, of it in the daytime. We'll do our own research sometimes. but usually, I mean, if it's the summer, we can be on location in the light. If it's the winter, like our most recent location, it was pretty dark when we got there, but we'll always do sort of that walk around with all the lights on, I guess, to get a feel of the place, so that we're not just jumping in the dark, being scared.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys ever went anywhere where you said, look, I'm just not going in there?
Yes. Well, not the whole location, but definitely, like, if you're asked to do a lone vigil in a cell or something like that, if you've had a scary experience,
right?
If there's been happening in the evening, then I wouldn't want to do it. But
I'd go in anywhere.
Rob's fearless. We've got fearless Rob here.
When you just asked a question, sorry to interrupt, I was just suddenly thinking, we went to an old Crown Court place, and Sarah wouldn't go down to the cells on her own. I had to go with her every time.
I had to hold my hand.
I had to actually hold her hand. She would not walk down in those cells in the dark on her own. So, yeah.
Wow.
But it was funny because when we were actually experiencing stuff there, I felt quite safe. So it was more the anticipation.
Now, Rob, you're the investigator for the TV show, correct?
Yeah.
Now, what exactly goes into the investigating part? Is there any type of, how would you say it, tools or things that you use to see if there is some type of presence there?
I mean, what I'll do is I'll do a bit of research prior to going in about the haunting or, alleged haunting itself, see how much there is information-wise on it, and try and pinpoint any areas, where it's taking place mostly, particular sort of parts of the building, whether it's isolated to one part, whether it's over several parts, and then we'll just go from there. What we'll do is personally, I just use basic equipment. The last one I was using motion detectors and just my own senses, really.
EMF.
EMF and stuff.
Temperatures, stuff.
Yeah. Just it's really just a basic kit that I'm using at the moment, but it seems to be working.
Do you guys ever use any type of psychic people or telekinetic type people or anything? Mediums?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a woman called Nikki involved, and she comes along, and it's great because we sort of split into groups. So we've got the more scientific people in one group, and then another group that go along with Nikki. So we have sort of very different experiences going on, because when Nikki's around, obviously the drama, for want of a better word, revolves around her, because she's the one picking up the spirit energy, whereas in our group it'll be more us talking to any potential spirits, us having that experience. So it's a really different way of doing things, of looking at the investigation.
We're trying to get a 50-50 balance, I think, is the correct sort of...
Okay.
We like to split into, like Sarah said, the two groups. So viewers of the show will have the scientific side, and they're sort of, okay, I believe in that. And then there'll be the other side of the psychic sort of, and the more spiritual people will tend to sort of want to believe what Nikki is saying. And we don't say either way if we believe or not. We just, it's up to the viewer at the end of the episode to decide how they feel about it.
Right.
Now, you know what? Now, you guys being from the home front, you obviously know more about the history than we do. But there's so much history and just the old structures of the buildings and a lot of things. And there's so many tales and stories and legends that come from the UK. Like Jack the Ripper, like things that I grew up in school hearing about, learning in school. What have you guys ever been to any of the places, the exciting places that people like have, that people talk about like everywhere? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Am I asking the question?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like,
it's very early. We've only done 4 episodes. So
yeah, so we're definitely open to other opportunities. It's very much a case of where we can get on location.
Yeah.
So, sort of locally, we've been to places that are, like you said, steeped in history, renowned in the area for being haunted.
Well, yeah.
But perhaps they wouldn't be known over over the pond.
Right. Well, see, again, with the places that you guys have been, again, I'm sure it probably goes back, you know what I mean? And just some amazing stories have happened there, and some things like, what is it, the Little Dean jail in the forest? Is it really in the forest?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What? See, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
it's pretty romantic.
oh yeah. Hey, look. So.
As soon as you walk in through the.
Go ahead. Say that.
Sorry. As soon as you walk in through the gates of Little Dean Jail, you can feel the history. The structure of the jail is still there. The big, tall walls around it. The windows still have bars on it, and at night it's the atmosphere when you're actually in there. It's incredible, and it's full of history.
Yeah, I think with Little Dean Jail as well, there was that added complexity of the fact that it's now a museum, and there's so much history and information in that building. It's then sort of separating that from the history of the jail and what's actually being felt when we're doing the investigation, and so. Right. Yeah, but I mean, we went to a courthouse in Bristol, and that was loads of history. You know, that we were down in the cells, as Adam was saying. You know, it was really scary.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but see, I'm getting excited now. Okay, but because when you talk about the courthouse, I mean, because back then they almost originated the guillotine.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? That was used back in those days. So do you guys ever run into places that had those old torture methods and things like that, like the courthouse?
Little Dean Jail. There was an old treadmill, apparently, at one point there, located near some wells. So the prisoners would actually walk the treadmill. The cat o' nine tails or the birch was often used as well. So yeah, there was a lot of things going on there, a lot of discipline.
Wow.
Harsh, very harsh.
And I think the nature of the jail, the old courthouse, you know, we knew that people were held there in the cells before the Bristol riots, and so absolutely, definitely lots of torture, lots of pain, and unpleasantness going on.
I'll tell you, talking about it just puts a feeling through you. How do you guys feel sometimes? I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
My bad. One question. But how do you guys, do you go home sometimes at night? What's your feeling? Is it eerie sometimes?
Yeah. I mean, the first one that I did with Adam a few years ago, I was terrified. I couldn't sleep the whole night. I didn't sleep until the next night because I was just so scared because of the experiences we had had. And I don't think you become more hardened to it, but you almost become a little bit more skeptical. So you can sort of cut it off from, right, we're going home now. We've done our cleansing ritual. You need to be rational. They're not following you home.
Yeah.
Rational.
Now, with the places that you've already been and filmed at, and even the ones that you haven't, is there any particular alleged haunting story or history that stand out with y'all that you would like to go to if you haven't already been?
I want to do Woodchester Mansion again.
Yeah.
I went to Woodchester Mansion, also in the UK, and it's you go down a mile-long driveway, and then you're down in a valley, so there's no phone signal at all.
What?
And so even before you actually go in, you're setting up the whole evening, and it's an unfinished Gothic mansion. You can check it out online and type in Woodchester Mansion and have a look at it. Located in Stroud, England, and it was incredible. And we went down to the basement. We were recording on a digital sound recorder and also the camera, and we, out of nowhere, we heard a deep breath that sounded like that, and we jumped and screamed, and we ran out of the actual. And I would love to go back with more equipment and see what is going on there. It's fantastic.
Yes.
Without giving away too much, what was a little bit of the story with Woodchester Mansion?
Woodchester Mansion was a Gothic manor that it was commissioned in the 1860s, 1870s. It seems that they either ran out of money or something happened to the builders, because there's a storeroom where they've still got the original 1800s tools, and they can't understand it. It seems that the workman just upped and left one night in the middle of the night and was never seen again. You know, it sounds really exaggerated, but that's actually, they still have those tools on display. Also, the military or the army had it in the Second World War, and they were testing a new type of tank, and they built a bridge across the lake that runs onto Winchester Mansion, and unfortunately the bridge didn't hold the weight, and the tank fell into the water, killing several of the soldiers inside. And so say their bodies were dragged out and put in the mansion until they were collected by their loved ones. So that it is alleged that these spirits are still haunting it now, and it is a very weird place. So I would love to go back and take Sarah.
Next day trip.
Sarah like that.
Yeah. So when is the show expected to be aired? When is it going to come out?
February.
We've got a February date so far. Nothing is locked in 100%. We know our local channels over here, the Made Network for Bristol and sort of the UK will be broadcasting that. America, we haven't got a definite date, but we're looking to be shortly after that. So I'm sure we will let you know via Facebook and other means.
Hey, look, I wanted to tell you guys too, great job on that. I mean, amazing trailer. Amazing trailer.
We'll pass it on to our guys.
Yeah, like the quality was amazing. I mean, and it just looked exciting. Just a few different clips of some stills and things you guys had in the trailer was off the chain.
And I think it's the same for us, because obviously, because we split it into groups, we haven't actually seen the footage from, so I haven't seen any of the footage from the other group yet, so I'm really excited to see it as well, because I know that they experienced stuff that we didn't, and so I'm kind of waiting with anticipation as well. It should be really exciting.
Now, with each of you, how long have each of you been into the paranormal, or have you just started with this, or is some of you new with it?
So my sister experienced some paranormal activity when we were teenagers, and we actually had to have our house exorcised. So when I was about 12, maybe. So since then, I've been really interested. And probably 3-4 years ago, Adam and I got in touch with each other, and we started doing shadow chases. So since then, I've sort of been more interested and more actively involved.
And for myself, again, it's from an early age, really. Always had an interest in it. But there's been a few things over the years which I've experienced. I've just not been able to fathom out, exactly what it was that caused it. And one was actually a full body apparition walked past the doorway where I was working one day. The guy is like dressed back in the 70s, red and gold paisley designed dressing gown. He was about 5'8", basin haircut. And it's just like, wow, Another place I took some time out of doing one job, went to another one. I was doing some security work. Had a phone call on my day off. Can I go to this place, etc. And went out there. I was locked in the building. Off they went. Early hours to the morning. Took a break and heard the door slam. So I thought, right, I better go and find out what's going on. So I basically paced around this building, checking everything. I checked time and time again that night. And as I've got near reception, there was a second doorway wide open. Like the corridor, but not in the rooms. So I could see reflection from the glass. There's no one in the room. And as I've got up to the door to go in, it slammed in my face.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, it was just like, whoa. No. And I just went back in reception and stayed there for the rest of the night. I owned up to that one.
He's really hard now. You would never never know.
And like I mentioned earlier, yeah, I've been into this as long as I can remember, and we just wanted to create a show that was different from all the others out there and have that kind of mixed scientific and psychic in one under one title.
Right. What is it that now, you know what? Okay, how long have you guys been working together?
Adam and I'm trying to think when it would have been. It is in fact.
It's 2014, wasn't it?
2014.
Yeah,
so 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Me and Sarah.
We met in a Costa coffee shop.
And Rob joined us maybe a year.
2 years.
Yeah, so Rob 2 years, me and Sarah 2.5. Yeah, so yeah.
Wow, and from there the great idea was spawned. Look, now, have any of you ever thought about? You know what? See, what you do is more reality. So so this question I ask is, have you guys ever thought about maybe doing any acting or going into the film industry, or maybe even turning this into a series or film or something?
So I've done a bit of modelling and I also sing, but I'm much better at being myself than at acting.
Okay.
So I think I'll stick to the presenting side of things.
Yeah.
But we all work in other jobs as well, so it's a thing for fun at the moment.
Yeah.
And also, I think with acting, that would be sort of scripted. Shadow Chasers is
Completely.
It's off the cuff. It's what's happening in front of us. We're reacting to them and reporting to the viewers at home, rather than sort of coming up with special effects and scripts and characters. We are kind of creating that genuine show, and I love it.
Yeah, me too. I get much more thrill out of.
Yeah, that's
right. Then it's
what's happening and.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. That's why I had said at first with with you guys doing reality, because a lot of people don't do that. Yeah. Well, some do, but a lot don't do that because when you
turn this into a musical, Shadow Chasers the musical.
Let's do it.
We'll sing to the goat.
Oh God!
Oh, you said do a musical?
Yeah.
Second season Christmas special there.
Yeah. You've just created some really good ideas for us, and we're going to follow these up. You're responsible for this. You can help us promote the musical.
You know what? When you hear some of them chains clanking in the background in that museum. Hey, but you know what? Like, wow, it's amazing that you guys chose to take this on, because it takes a lot of heart to do it, and especially to be willing to bring it to the people. Because as you say, you're on the front lines with this.
Yeah.
We get to watch it. We can turn it off. We can put the pillows over our faces, but
sleep with the lights on.
Yeah.
With that.
It's not going to be that bad,
Oh, nah, I seen the trailer.
Yeah.
And now you done told me some of the stories, so I know it's going to be a little spooky now.
Oh, yeah. And what makes it even better, like y'all said, it's more real. It's what's going on right then, what y'all are experiencing, instead of just having special effects and stuff like some other things.
Can people go? Yeah. Do you guys have any segments? I don't know. You may already know this, Janet, but do you guys have any segments that on the internet or anything like that, or a website that people could go to check some things out?
We are on Facebook, Shadow Chasers UK, is it?
Yes.
Shadow Chasers UK on Facebook. You'll see, the trailers are on there. We update with pictures, and also when we're on location, we tend to do the odd selfie as well.
Now, have y'all ever actually, other than like the noises and the slamming doors and things, have y'all ever captured what would be an image of any of the alleged hauntings?
I've never seen any images.
Any images ever been caught?
Oh,
no.
Wow.
We do. We've had quite a lot of experience with orbs and reactive orbs. Rob's looking.
We've got to go careful with this, because Rob doesn't believe in orbs. He is a strong believer that it is dust.
Airborne contamination.
Well, but actually,
he probably
a lot of time it's reactive, but no, I haven't been lucky enough to see.
In the paranormal sort of the paranormal game, orbs are very sort of frowned upon. A lot of people will say, and I think we possibly agree with them, that orbs are nothing more than dust catching camera flare.
Yeah.
And or an insect catching the light of the infrared. So we're very careful not to use orbs as evidence, really.
That
we
makes
like
sense.
the visual stuff.
I like that. You know, I was going to say, because, you know, the truth is, and I'm glad we get to ask you this question, the truth is, it will probably be a little difficult to actually catch a picture of something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess it's been done. I don't know. I don't know if it has, or how much, you know, truth is behind the things that have been done. But, you know, you guys work with this professionally. Does it seem like it would be out of the ordinary, or more unlikely to actually catch a picture of you know, something paranormal?
There's just so many out there at the moment. It's very difficult, because with the modern age now, we've got obviously the new technology, Photoshop and everything. There's so many ways that people can manipulate, you know, pictures.
Right.
It's very difficult to say yay or nay.
Yeah.
You know, it's difficult.
I like to think that we could, maybe.
Yeah,
a lot of the photos that I've taken, which I thought,
I guess that'll always
This picture, you know, it's just a camera defect. I put it down to.
Yeah.
You can see who the skeptic is.
Again, like I was saying earlier with our show, we like that about our group. We're a very mixed sort of group. We have the believers and also the non-believers going. So, and that's the same with the audience. The people watching will watch our show out of curiosity, and they don't really always believe. And then you'll get the diehard fans who really believe in what they're seeing and everything the psychic is saying.
Right.
So we're getting that balance out there.
Wow.
And at the same time, everybody's learning something about all of these places too.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sat here wondering, does Janet believe in the paranormal, and yourself?
Yes, I actually really do believe in the paranormal. I've actually felt like I've had some experiences myself at certain times through the years. And I usually sleep with the lights on at that time.
Very sensible, Janet. Nothing wrong with that.
As for me, I definitely do. You know, I never really knew the proper terms, and I hope, you know, I'm gonna take opportunity to watch the show and learn that from you guys, because I want to know the proper terms, because I didn't know what to call it. But you know, I've seen things, you know, and especially in rural areas. You know, growing up and growing in my grandparents' house, a lot of things. So I definitely believe in it. And then even Janet, I know sometimes at work, she's telling me she's seen stuff. She told me this about 2 months ago. She swears up and down that there's something.
I actually swear up and down, because I live so close to a graveyard, that I swear up and down that there's an actual child that I would see back and forth.
Maybe we should come and do an investigation there.
Yes.
Yeah, because she tripping. But she said that it's. But it's true though. Like she really believes this. Like when she told me that, she really sincerely felt it. So, but I don't know. I'm spooked, so I try to stay. I didn't want to talk about it much after that. So, but anyway,
So now, before we get out of here, can you remind the people again where they can follow up on the Shadow Chasers TV show?
Yeah, definitely. Keep an eye on our Facebook page, Shadow Chasers UK. What's the logo? It's red writing and a black background and a skull.
We'll share it on your page. We'll share it on your page later today, Janet, for everybody.
Now, with each of... Go ahead. Okay. Now, with each of you, do any of you have any shout-outs you would like to give?
Even to the...
shout out to my mum and dad and my big sis.
My girlfriend, Helen. Hello, Helen.
My wife, Catherine.
Wow, okay.
And all the spirits that might be listening.
And everyone that's going to watch our show.
Hey, I done got quiet. Y'all done got me scared over here.
Wow. Well, it was an honor to have you all on the show. I really do appreciate it. And we'll have to have you come back once the TV show is out for the public to view.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day. Keith.
All right. Hey.
Take care, guys.
You take
All right.
care as
Listen,
well.
take care. Okay, so everybody, once again, thank you for tuning in. Look, thank you for having me today.
Thank you for joining me today.
And listen, the Shadow Chasers, everybody out there, listen, all the listeners out there, be sure Go to the Facebook page. Make sure you check Janet's Facebook page. Also check Keith Harris's Facebook page
also
too.
check out his Facebook page as well as his show, Indian America.
And
the Shadow Chasers and everything paranormal.
Thank you for the plug. But yeah, so make sure you check that out. That Shadow Chasers will, you can go find out where to find out and keep up with what they'll have coming up in the future. Listen, you guys still there?
Yeah, we are.
All right, cool. Listen, look, we appreciate you on behalf of us and everybody. Listen, stay excited. Keep doing what you're doing. I can't wait to go check it out. Yes. So look, there's no segments right now.
They have the behind the scene photos and the trailers right now.
I'm going to check.
The show won't come out until February 2017 is where they're.
Enjoy.
All right, yeah.
Thank you very much for having us on.
I'm going to check Little D. All right, we'll be talking to you guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was very interesting. Well, didn't mean to scare you.
I'm going to get off your show. I got to go. I'll holler at y'all. Keith first, co-host, and appreciate it, Janet Leigh. That's scary.
Thank you.
I don't know what. Yo, make sure everybody check out Shadow Chasers.
I will be sharing the link as well so you can be able to check them out. Also, I appreciate all the listeners. I want to say thank you and give a shout out to Sarah and Rob and Adam as well as Keith, my co-host today. Again, if you've missed it or got halfway through the interview and missed most of it, I will be posting full interview up later today for playback purposes. Thank you for tuning in.